I wanted to do a just chatting stream because for like the last, has it been a week now? Since the George Floyd incident, yeah, my mind has been going non-stop, like really non-stop. And you lot would have noticed that I haven't been streaming. The videos I've put out on my second channel have been, they were videos that have already been recorded. I don't think I've recorded anything. I might have recorded one video since that whole incident. And I've been, like, social media is unavoidable. I've been trying to, first of all, I've been seeing everything that people have been saying, people have been doing. I've been seeing the videos of everything going on over in America, all across America, all 50 states. I've been seeing all the videos, yeah. And the feelings that seeing what's going on in the world, the feelings that stuff invokes in me, I've really struggled to try and like concisely put into words. I really wanted to like address you lot, my audience, and let you know exactly what's going on in my heart, in my mind. And I really don't know where to start. Like, I genuinely do not know where to start. I did a stream the other day where it was like this, and I just chatted to you lot for a couple of hours and I let you know how I felt. But with this, it's so much harder. It's so much harder because, first of all, it's not my job. It's not my job to tell you lot what to do, innit? I am blessed enough to be in a position of influence where I can choose to influence people how I wish. But it's not my job. That's not my job. My job isn't to influence you. My job is to entertain you lot. The responsibility that comes with having the influence that I do, and the same goes for all my friends, the responsibility that comes with having our influence is the fact that we can't irresponsibly just say any and anything. We have to be very, very careful about what we say because of the influence that we have. We have to be so careful. And when I say be careful, I'm not saying hide how you feel because of your influence. I'm saying we have to be careful to not give the wrong information to people. We have to be so careful. So when I'm sitting here and I'm trying to collate my thoughts and I'm trying to tell you how I feel, I'm also having to look at all the possible ways that it could be misconstrued or misrepresented, and having to think of ways to counter those arguments. Do you know what I mean? But I'm doing this on stream because I've been, like, for days I've been trying to just write out my feelings so I can get over in a concise video and address it, because I feel a responsibility to address it. But I've been struggling. I've been really, really struggling, you lot. And I'm sorry I'm not reading the bits and stuff right now. Don't worry about donate. Can I turn off bit donations? I don't want no donations today. I don't want anything like that. Don't worry about subbing today. Like, I appreciate you all, but that's not why I'm streaming right now. I'm streaming because I really want to communicate stuff with you. I deleted my donation links in the chat, in the description or whatever it is. I deleted all of that stuff, and I've got a link to the Black Lives Matter, not the Black Lives Matter page. There's a page where you can help out with Black Lives Matter cases or the cases that are going on in America. There's links for you to educate yourself on what's going on. The most important thing that what I feel is the most important thing for all of us to do is educate ourselves, and I'm including myself in that, and I'm including any of you viewers who are black in that. Just because we're black doesn't mean that we're fully educated on what's going on, and I feel like it's a lack of education on black people's parts that is the reason why we have been able to not turn a blind eye, but not do as much as we could have done, or not call people out when we should have done. There's a lack of education on our parts. So it's our responsibility to educate ourselves as well as black people. And then for people who aren't black, it's your responsibility to go and educate yourselves on the stuff that's going on. Because the minute you educate yourself on what's going on, if you are a decent human being, it is impossible for you to not want to do something. It's impossible for you to not want to take action. Do you understand what I'm saying? G did the stream yesterday, bless her. G is one of the loveliest souls. I met G a while ago. I don't know how many of you know this, but G used to edit videos for me from my second channel, like the whole Walking Dead series. She used to edit all that stuff. I took her out of her job and she came to start working with me, and that's how she then progressed to do what she's doing now, and she's doing such an amazing job, bless her. G is one of the loveliest souls I know, and she did a 10-hour stream yesterday where she educated herself, yeah, on everything that's been going on. She was watching video after video and just getting the knowledge of the ongoing stuff. And you can see G's a normal human. I'm not going to say she's better than anyone or worse than anyone. She's a normal human. You can see the emotions that it stirred up in her by just educating herself. For her to even feel the need to do the stream shows how much that one video of George Floyd, rest in peace, affected her as a human and made her want to do something. This is what educating yourself does. I was watching G's stream and I was watching the videos and I started crying. Why the fuck am I crying? Because I'm seeing human beings like myself get treated not even like animals, worse than animals, you lot. Worse than fucking animals. Have you ever seen a man put his knee on a dog's neck and keep it there for nearly 9 minutes? Have you ever seen that? I've never seen that. I know people who switch if it looks like you're holding if you're holding your dog too rough by the leash. I know people who will switch at you for that. I'll switch at you for that. If I see you mistreating your dog, I'll switch at you for that. Yeah. That police officer, I don't want to say his name, he was so comfortable to keep his knee on a man's neck for nearly 9 minutes. Do you understand how fucked that is? Do you understand how fucked up that is? On top of that, it's a man who's not resistant, a man who's begging you for his life. What kind of fuckery has to be going through your mind for you to do that to someone? There's no way anyone can look at that video and tell me he's looking at that dude like another human being. There's no fucking way. Alright, bear with me, you lot, please. That's fucked up in itself, yeah? And on top of that, there's other officers around him that are just standing there and letting him do it. Proactively letting him do it. The public are there, they're filming, they're shouting at the officers, they're screaming, they're begging him to get off the dude's neck. And you know, I would love to say that if I was there, I would do something. I would love to say that, but I can't genuinely, honestly give you an answer. Because at the end of the day, shit, we're all human. We all fear for our lives as well. I know if I'm a black man stepping in to try and help another black man, chances are I will get fucked up. And then you see 2 deaths. And they go, well, he was resisting. They'll make an excuse. Well, he was resisting. That's why this video is hitting home so much. We've seen the numerous cases of violence, of police brutality, not just against black people, by the way, but it happens way too often. And it's more time black people. It's more time, and they're so casual about it. We've seen the numerous cases, and they always go, oh, they were resisting. They were doing this. They were doing that. This is a case where there is no resistance. There's just a man begging for his life. Begging, like really, really begging for his life. He's telling them he can't breathe. He's not resisting. He's there like in the hope that this man will just move his knee from his neck, bruv. Move the knee from the neck. That's all you gotta do. Instead, there's this smug look on this dude's face, yeah? And I know you lot have all seen it before, but it's playing over and over and over and over again in my head. There's this smug look on this dude's face. Fuck the music. There's this smug look on his face. How do I stop ads? Sorry, you lot. Let me stop ads. I'm so sorry. Fuck. Oh, I don't even know how to fucking do this. I didn't even set this shit up. I don't want any ads on this shit. I don't want none of that, bro. Don't let me forget where I was. Don't let me forget what I was saying. How do I stop ads? I don't know how to do this shit. Is Viz around? Can someone shout Viz for me, please? But I don't know how to do this fucking shit, man. Please forgive me for the ads, you lot. I didn't want them on this shit. If I remove Moobot, will it stop the ads? I don't want no ads on this, man. Viz, jump in the Discord with me quick, please. I don't know how to do this. What screen is that on? Settings, where's settings? You lot bear with me, I'm so sorry. I thought I'd set everything up. Bro, no settings are coming up, man. Go on Moobot. I don't see that shit. One second, you lot. Sorry, bear with me. Yo, Viz. Yeah. Core features. Bang. Alright, cool. I've turned them off. Is there anything else I need to turn off? Calm. Thank you. Thank you. Love, bro. Alright, sorry, you lot. I apologize. I fully apologize. What was I saying? I told you lot not to let me forget what I was saying because I knew it was going to happen. Smug look on this dude's face, yeah? First of all, how fucked up do you have to be to see yourself and know that you're killing someone and see people filming you, video evidence, the officers around you are wearing body cams as well, so they can see everything as well, and you're still happy to kill someone? How fucked up do you have to be to do that? That shows me, yeah, that this dude thinks he can get away with it despite video evidence. That shows you how fucked up the system over there is. Point blank, period. That's fucked. The fact that cameras can be around and this dude is still happy to kill someone, either he doesn't care, he wants to die and go to jail, or he knows he can get away with it. There's no, you can't give me any other possibilities or any other reasons as to why he would do that in front of all those cameras, in front of all those people. He knows his peers, the higher ups, the people in charge of him will let him get away with it. Or he doesn't value his life, he doesn't value his family, he just wants to go to jail. He wants to catch a case that day and go to jail for the rest of his life. Which one of those two is more likely? I think it's the fact that he thinks he'll get away with it. His colleagues, they're watching him. And it vexes me when you have other ethnic minorities that are happy to stand there and watch it happen. Because your people been oppressed too. Are you forgetting that? Are you putting that to the side? The officer in front of the main camera looks like he's Asian, yeah? And I know, especially in this whole coronavirus shit, I know that Asian people over there have been getting mistreated. I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact. So when you yourself, there's no way that guy can tell me he's never been a victim of oppression. I don't know a single ethnic or black person that hasn't been a victim of oppression or racism or anything like that. I don't know a single one. I can give you countless cases where I've been, we're not even going to get into it because it's not about me. There's no way, as someone who's being oppressed, you can sit and feel okay with watching someone else be oppressed. There's no way, because it stirs up feelings inside you as a human. It does. So when I see that dude backing his colleague, knowing full well that he's gonna kill him, there's no move to even be like, yo, chill. There's nothing like that. Instead, he's being an aggressor towards the people trying to save this man's life. That's fucked in itself. The system is fucked over there. The system is fucked. It's infuriating because, like I said earlier, it's so simple. All he has to do is take his knee off this dude's neck. That's all he's got to do. There's no resistance. No one can watch that video and say, this man deserves what he's getting. This man deserves that treatment that he's getting. If you're watching that video and you're saying that, you're either a racist down to the blood, like down to your blood. Let me put it this way. For you lot to understand. Let me put it this way. What would a person have to do for you? Put yourself in the officer's position. What would a person have to do? Forget their color. What would someone have to do for you to put your knee on their neck and keep them there until they die? What would someone have to do? Like, really think about that question. What would another human have to do for you to feel that, all right, for me to serve this person justice, I have to kneel on his neck for 9 minutes until he's dead? Even though he's begging me for his life. What would someone have to do? I can't think of one thing that justifies that. for me to be able to take the whole justice system into my hands and be like, no, I have to be the one to kneel on your neck and kill you. I can't think of... You know, it's fucked. It's very fucked. I see people, and this is where I get pissed off, yeah. There's so many people pissing me off on social media right now that I have to keep myself away from it. There's so many people for so many different reasons. And this is the stuff that I want to address when I eventually get around to doing a video. Really, right now, look at me. I'm all over the fucking place. I can't get what I want to say out in a concise and proper way. And I really, really want to do that if I'm going to address this to my entire platform on YouTube. I really, really want to do that. I really want to be able to get my points out in a concise and clear way so people understand where I'm coming from. I'm not trying to tell you lot what to do. The only thing I will encourage you to do is to educate yourselves. Because like I said, once you educate yourself, if you are a decent human being, there's no way you will not want to take action. There's no way you will not change your ways. There's no way. No way. And if there is a way that you're not going to change your ways, it's because you're not a decent human being. In which case, I feel for you. I pray for you. That, like, I didn't make you, so that, you know, that's not my shit. There's so much shit that's pissing me off. I see people saying, "Oh, there's thousands of people dying here and no one does anything." But people want to get mad over one black dude dying in America. First of all, it's not just one black dude. This is like, you're completely, and this is why I'm saying educate yourselves. You're completely missing the fact that this has been going on for hundreds of fucking years. They've been killing people my color for hundreds of fucking years, you lot. And by the way, pause, before we go any further with this, I'm not talking to you lot from a position of, I'm up here, my hands are clean, I've never done anything wrong. I'm not talking to you lot from a position of, like, we have, I want to be very careful about how I say this. There's ways we could have all done better. All of us, me. I've been taking this time not only to think about the things that are pissing me off, think about my feelings about everything that's going on. I've been taking this time to reflect on my actions, the things I've done, the things I could have done that I haven't done. Things that I've done that might have facilitated people's actions in a negative way. I'm reflecting on myself. You all, and I said I wasn't going to tell you what to do, but if you really, really want to help and you really, really want to change, you need to reflect on yourself. What have I done? What haven't I done? How can I change? How can I encourage other people to change? Fuck telling people, "Oh, you have to do this, otherwise you're racist." Fuck that. No. People need to realize for themselves. This isn't something. There's no list of there's not a to-do list of being racist or not being racist. It's not a to-do list. Yeah, it's not. Oh, I've signed a petition. I've donated. I have a black friend. Therefore, I'm not racist. It's not that. It's seeing the problem, understanding the problem, actively looking to resolve the problem. That is what not being racist is. That is it. So when I'm talking to you lot like this, so passionately, when I'm talking to you lot like this, I'm not reading off a script. I tried writing things down. I'm not reading off the script. I'm talking to you lot from my heart, from my very, very heart. when I'm talking to you like about this stuff, I'm not saying that you should go and rush and start doing this. I'm asking you to just educate yourself, because once you educate yourself, I promise if you're a decent human being, the other things will follow. And then you're doing it for the right reasons, and then we're really changing. Yeah? Like I said, it's not a checklist. It's not a fucking checklist. Stop pressuring people. Stop pressuring people to do these things like it's a checklist. It's not a checklist. I will say it one more time. It is not a checklist. I'm seeing people be like, oh, this person hasn't tweeted about it, therefore they're racist. What? I understand the sentiment. I understand where you're trying to come from. But that is not how this shit works. And that is part of the problem. That is part of the problem. We shouldn't be having to validate people for doing things that we should be doing anyway. I'm looking at videos of police officers being like, hey, this shit's fucked up. We stand with you. And people are applauding them. Why are we fucking applauding them? That's how it should be. And that's why the system is so fucked. When I share that video, I'm not sharing it going, oh, yeah, this guy's a good cop, blah, blah, blah. I'm sharing it because that's what I expect. That's the bare minimum that I expect as a human being. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're there going, oh, this influencer isn't racist because they shared the link. I'm so proud of them, blah, blah, blah. I don't want none of you crediting me for this shit. If you're going to quote this video, I don't really want you quoting it, because I'm just sharing my views with you lot. I'm sharing it with you lot, and I'm figuring out what I want to say to my wider audience. If you do want to quote the shit or clip it and put it on YouTube or on Twitter or whatever, do that. But I don't want you crediting me for shit, man. I don't deserve credit for shit. I don't want people going, oh, Toby's such a nice guy. I hate that so much. I hate it. I hate it. And when I say I hate it, it's because I'm trying to be how I feel we should all be trying to be. Does that make sense to you? When I'm nice to someone, I'm not trying to be nice to someone. I'm trying to be a normal human. I'm trying to make what you call niceness the norm. That's what I'm trying to do. Can we kill that Moobot donation link as well, please? I got this shit all fucked up, man. I want all these things off. I don't want donate on. I don't want. I'm gonna turn off the custom commands. I'll turn off the donate one, whatever. What was I saying? Yeah, it should be the norm. That's what it should be. So when you're there with this criteria, this list of criteria that you have in your head for your influencers who are and aren't racist because of what they are and aren't doing, it's fucked. That shouldn't be there. That list that you have shouldn't be there. Do you get me? The minute, and it's fucked as well, because like I said earlier, when you're in a position of influence, you have a responsibility to your audience. But as long as alongside that, whatever you do, people are going to call you out for it. Whatever you do. Whatever you do, there's going to be, and this is why I would never be a fucking politician. Politics is the deadest job. You can't do right. There's always going to be one person. There's always going to be one person, at least, that's like, no, that's fucked. Why are you doing that? All of you lot that are pressuring people or pressuring influencers to do certain things, the minute they do these things that you're pressuring them to do, then your argument becomes, oh, they only did it because this, or they're only trying to do it to save face. I saw Nike put out their thoughts on the matter in their post, in the format that they chose. And I saw people going, I wish you wouldn't use this to profit. Where are they trying to use it to profit? If they didn't do anything, you go, oh, you're there carrying on with your shit as normal and you're not supporting this cause. So where do they win? Stop being the enemy of progress. Stop sitting on a high horse when it comes to this shit. All of you lot who are like, oh, where was this energy before? You're only jumping on it now because there's a movement. There's no better time to join the movement than now. If you haven't done it before, there's no better time than now. I can't go back and change the fact that I haven't done it before. But what I can do is I can become a part of it now. And I can become a part of it going forward. And I can encourage other people to become a part of it. Stop being anti the movement by sitting on your high horse and saying, oh, you're jumping on the bandwagon. That's what the movement is for. As long as the reasoning is right, that's what the movement is for. So instead of telling people, oh, why are you doing this now when you didn't do it before? Go, all right, look, I'm happy that you're doing this. I hope that you're doing it for the right reasons. If you're not doing it for the right reasons, this is why you should be doing it. And I'm going to encourage you to do it for the right reasons. That is what you do. Stop being the enemy of fucking progress. You lot that are doing this stuff are pissing me the fuck off. Stop assuming people's financial situations. Stop doing that. You don't know how much money someone has to donate, regardless of status. Regardless of status. Look me in the eyes right now. I will tell you, on my life, there was a stage last year where I had no more than 4,000 Great British pounds to my name. There was a stage last year. Last fucking year. Stop assuming people's financial situations, expecting them to donate this much because you think they have that much. Stop doing that shit. It's fucked. Stop assuming people aren't donating because they haven't posted about it. I could sit here and bring you a list. I'll bring you a list of my PayPal. I'll bring you a list of my bank statements. And this is not to make it about me because, like I said, I don't want it to be about me. But I'm using myself as an example because I know factually it's true. I could bring you a list of my bank statements and show you all the donations I've made. You wouldn't believe it. You would not believe it. You would not believe how many people that I have helped out that you don't know about because I haven't said shit about it, because I don't want to say shit about it. I want to do my bit and know that I've done my bit, and I'm happy with that. And I will continue to do my bit. It's not about you lot going, Toby is doing this. To the point where I would rather donate anonymously. It gets to me sometimes where I feel like I have to do the bare minimum. I'm not going to post about it, but I have to do the bare minimum to let people know that I've supported. And it shouldn't have to be that way. And by doing the bare minimum, I'll put my first name. I'll put Toby. I'll put T-O-B-I. If you want to assume it's me, do that. Yeah? I don't, when I do these donations, more time I avoid putting my YouTube name, TBJZL, or this, or that. Toby Brown, who's from the Sidemen, who is 27 years old, so you know that I've donated. That's not the reason that I do this stuff. Like I said, stop assuming people's financial situations. Stop assuming people aren't acting because they're not posting about it. Stop doing that stuff. That's anti the movement. Do you understand me? What was the next point I was going to make? You know, I'm shaking with anger when I talk about this stuff. I'm shaking like with anger. With real anger. Like I said, I don't have. I've got a Discord screen in front of me here. I've got my chat. I've got a playing music screen. I'm not reading this off of any shit. Not to discredit people that are reading, because in a world where you're criticized for everything you say, sometimes you want to be careful about what you say. So you'll pre-draft it. I've told you. I've got a fucking. Where's my thing? Where's my laptop? I'll show you on my laptop now. I've been sat for days trying to figure out how to say stuff to you lot. I started writing it out on a fucking Google Doc. How do I talk about this without people taking things the wrong way? I started writing it out. I've been doing that. Because the society that we live in today is ready to criticize you for everything, and you want to go about things the right way. And when you try and go about things the right way, people go, oh, it's forced. Oh, he's reading it off this. Oh, he's doing that. Don't tell me to chill with the swearing. I'm speaking from my heart. The swearing's going to come out because I feel so passionately about this stuff. I apologize if you don't want to hear that. But I don't want to see my people getting killed. I don't want to see your people getting killed. Yeah? Where do I even begin on the looting and rioting stuff? How dare you lot? I understand the anger. Yeah, I understand the anger. I understand the shouting at the police. I understand that. I understand that there are certain people that are trying to make the peaceful ones look bad. I understand that. But I've also seen videos, yeah, of certain people that should be peacefully protesting taking advantage of the situation, hurting their own people because they're taking advantage of what's going on right now. This is the time where I can do this shit and get away with it because this movement is happening. Stop disrespecting the lives of those who have died to make this shit happen. Stop doing that. Stop being selfish. It's selfish. I'm seeing more people lose their lives over this shit. Some of them to their own people. I'm seeing it. I'm not going to get into that too much because I don't know all the facts about that stuff. But I know for sure there are some people taking advantage of the situation. And if you are one of those people, stop it. Stop that. Stop it. That's all I'll say. Like I said, I don't want to put out any misinformation. That's what I'm trying to avoid. But if you are taking advantage of the situation for your own personal gain, that shit is fucked. Don't do that. Don't take advantage of the situation for your own personal gain. When I'm talking anti the movement, yeah, I said to you lot before about people who haven't said anything before and people going, oh, why are you piping up now? I want to talk to you lot about people who have done the wrong things before. They've done fucked up shit before. And now they're there talking up Black Lives Matter, this, that. They're supporting the cause. They're doing that now. And people are going, well, you used to do this. So how dare you say that? What the fuck is that? Do you understand the meaning of change? Do you understand what we're trying to do here? Do you actually understand? The whole point of this thing is for people to, like I said, look at themselves. Really self-evaluate and go, what have I done wrong? How can I be better? Let me actively try and be better. So how dare you go, oh, you can't open your mouth to say this because you used to be that. How dare you? Who the fuck are you, bruv? Who are you? Who are you? I'm asking you, who are you? the way to go about this shit is not to criticize people for their past actions. We have all, to different degrees, done things that we are not proud of in the past, that we regret in the past. If you're telling me otherwise, you're either Jesus, yeah, or you haven't changed. You haven't changed and you're still a shit person. Whether it's something that used to be widely accepted, it used to be the norm. It used to be the norm. And now we're realizing, as a whole community, as a whole society, it's not right. And we're trying to improve on that. Or if it was just you and you used to be very fucked up and you've realized it's wrong and you're trying to improve on that, good for you. I hope you're doing it for the right reasons and not just to save face. And not just to save face. But the worst thing we can do as people is to sit on this high horse and take this position where we're looking down on others with disdain. That's the worst thing we can do, because that doesn't help anyone move forward. That does not help anyone move forward. When I say this stuff, I'm not saying it to target people. I'm not saying it to target people. If you feel hurt and offended and convicted by what I'm saying, that's good. That means the shoe fits. That means you are self-evaluating in some way. How you choose to respond is completely up to you. If you want to go, nah, fuck Toby, he's chatting shit, he doesn't know what he's talking about, that's up to you. If you want to go, shit, he's right, I shouldn't be doing that, that's up to you. Yeah? I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to give you my opinion, my 2 cents, and let you see things from another perspective. Yeah? What you do with that knowledge is completely up to you. If you're a good human being and you understand where I'm coming from, it goes without saying what the change is going to be. It goes without saying. You lot, I said it in the comments, stop. I don't want to hear big up Toby. I don't want to see that. I'll ban my own name from the comments. I don't want to see that. I just want you lot to listen and understand the stuff that's been on my heart for the last few... I don't even want to say last few days, because this shit hits me every time it happens. And I'm ashamed of myself. Yeah? I'm ashamed of myself for not doing more about it. Let me talk to you a little bit about myself. Yeah? Let me talk to you a little bit more about myself so you understand me and you understand the way I've been in the past. Because I'm understanding myself more and more every day, because I self-evaluate every day. And I look at myself and I go, Toby, what have you done today? What could you do better? Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes I end up making the same mistakes. But I'm actively working on myself every day to try and make myself do better. And if someone calls me up and says, Toby, look, I don't like the way you did this, you could have done it like this, I'll take that on board and I'll try and improve myself. I'm one of a family of 6 kids. I've got my mum. I'm fortunate to have both my mum and my dad. I thank God for both my mum and my dad. I'm very, very fortunate to have the upbringing that I had. Yeah? Grew up in a council estate, 8 of us living in a 3-bed flat in Hackney. At 10 years of age, I moved to southeast London to a predominantly white area. Yeah? If you want to know what it means to, in 2003, to move as a black person to a predominantly white area. If you want to know what it feels like to be a black person in that situation, I'm going to explain it to you now. Imagine going to a party, yeah, where, let's say there's 100 people. All the 99 other people know each other. Every single one of them knows each other. Yeah? None of them know you. You don't know anyone. Imagine the feeling of eyes on you because they don't recognize you. Yeah? Just imagine that feeling. That's what it's like just to be a different color. Yeah? Then add on to that racial prejudice. Because they don't know you, they don't recognize you, then they're scared of what you might be capable of. They have preconceptions based off what they've seen in a predominantly white media over the past years. That's what it's like. Yeah? I moved to a predominantly white area. I was fortunate enough to get into a secondary school. When I joined my primary school, I joined for year 6, yeah, in this predominantly white area. I was one of 2 fully black kids in my entire year. One of 2. 2. Yeah? If you want to add mixed race kids, there's maybe 3 of us. I was lucky enough to get into a secondary school that was diverse in the students that it had. We had black kids, white kids, Asian kids, like you name it, we had them. Yeah? And we all got on. And back then we were also comfortable about race to the point where we'd make jokes. We'd make racial based jokes, racially based humor between each other. Because it wasn't something where we didn't use it to attack each other. You know, we made light of it because we knew that we were all the same. You know, everyone treated each other the same in my school. And I'm fortunate enough in that sense. And I feel like, and I'm not making excuses here. I'm just trying to explain where I feel like my style has come from, or where I feel I've come from, this present Toby has come from. I feel like due to the comfortability of being around so many different races and being able to embrace so many different cultures and laugh about these different, I don't even know how to word it. We were able to laugh about our own cultures between ourselves and enjoy our own cultures between ourselves and tease each other and do this and that, and there was no malice in it. But me coming from that kind of background in secondary school, which I'm very fortunate to have had, made me, I don't want to say made me, it put me in a place where I integrated a lot of that into the humor that I had on YouTube as well. Yeah? And when people said things, I didn't feel that offended because I was like, I could brush it off as a joke. We've been doing this at school. I've made so many like race-based jokes and comments because that's the style of humor that I inherited from my school. Let me say that. And now, me being 27 years old and looking back, I feel like I've allowed people who don't have that understanding of the multiculturalism of my school to feel comfortable to make these jokes without really knowing where they're coming from, without really knowing the sentiment behind it. And in the sense, I've facilitated racism. That's how I feel. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but that's how I feel. And I feel embarrassment and regret. And this is just me giving you an example of me self-evaluating and trying to improve myself as a person. I don't know if recently people would have noticed me toning down the amount. 'Cause I used to make them every fucking video. You can go back and you can watch the Sidemen videos. I used to make one comment about race every video to a point where I didn't even notice that I was doing it. It was so natural to me. Using it to make people feel uncomfortable as a joke. It shouldn't be a fucking joke. It shouldn't be a fucking joke. So when I look back at that stuff, I feel embarrassed. I feel angry at myself. I feel stupid. I feel regret. And I can't go back and change that now. But what I can do is I can continue to educate myself, and I can share my feelings on what I used to be with you lot. I can go, look, this is why I used to do this. This is me realizing that it's not right, and this is me stepping forward. And you lot see it and you go, all right, cool. Toby's made that mistake, so I don't have to make that mistake. Do you get me? That's the whole process of growth. That's what we should be encouraging people to do. Like I said, in this situation, if you are not looking at yourself and how you can improve yourself and how you can encourage, note my choice of words, encourage the people around you to improve, then you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. I promise you, you're doing it wrong. And I don't say things with conviction like that because none of us knows it all. Anyone who thinks they know it all is a fucking dickhead. They're an idiot. That's the most stupid person. The smartest ones realize that they don't know it all, and they are open to learning and improving. That's where it is. If you are not encouraging people and you're forcing it down their throats, it's going to have either no effect or the complete opposite effect. People don't like being told what to do. They don't like being told what to do. And I'm not saying, oh, we shouldn't, like I want you to be very, very understanding of what I'm saying here. I want you to be very understanding of what I'm saying here. I'm not saying we shouldn't tell people what's right and what's wrong just because they don't like it. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there's a more positive angle to approach things from to achieve a more positive result. Why would you take a negative approach when it's not going to get you anywhere, when you can take a positive approach and progress together? Do you understand what I'm saying? I hope this doesn't sound like waffle to you lot, because I'm really just speaking from the bottom of my heart right now. I really am. I really am. I want people to stop worrying so much. I feel like I'm coming back to the same points, but I want you to stop worrying so much about what other people are doing. The phrase or the saying, actions speak louder than words, is the most real shit. It's the most real shit. It's the realest. If I'm there telling you lot what to do, telling you lot, all right, you're hearing it. Some of you might listen, some of you might not. If I'm there leading by example, it hits home more because you can see the actions that I'm taking. You can see where I'm trying to go. You can see my passion rather than just hearing me say stuff. You can see it and it hits home more. We need to lead by example in everything we do. We need to lead by example. I want people to look at me and go, Toby's doing this because he believes this. Yeah, I can get behind that. I don't want to hear people going, oh, Toby said this, so I feel like I should do this. No. I want to be the change. I want you to want to be the change. Changing people isn't telling them what to do. It's doing something and inspiring them to do it. That's what changes. That is really, really, really what changes. Do you not understand what I'm saying when I say that? Does that make sense to you? Let me know if I'm chatting shit. Let me know if I'm waffling. Let me read the chat. Why has it had to come to this to stop racism? Honestly, I don't know, and I'm embarrassed. I'm fucking embarrassed, you lot. As a young black man, I'm embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed. We're so scared by the social constructs of our current society to speak up about stuff, to act, because people might perceive it this way. Oh, Toby's gonna look like a blacktivist. He's gonna be this. He's gonna be that. It's so much easier to do it when it's a group moving. I'll take advantage of this situation in the sense that I will use it to use my voice, and I'll continue to use my voice, and I will not let this die down. This has happened way too many times, yeah, and we've let it die down. We've let the momentum just fade away. Black Lives Matter for 2 days, 3 days, and then what? You forget the name of the person you're even protesting for. I don't think I'll ever be able to go another day, and I'm so sorry, George Floyd. I'm so sorry that it had to come to your death for us to move like this. I'm so sorry. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to go another day in my life where I don't see the image of that incident. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to go another day in my life it fucking pains me. It really does. I don't want you lot to see this and think, oh, he's acting. Fam, if I was this good at actor, fucking no, I'd be in Hollywood. I'd be in Hollywood right now. It really, really fucking pains me. People who talk about, oh, shit's happening all over the world, why are we only worrying about this? Let's deal with things one step at a time. People who talk about all lives matter. You've seen it everywhere. I've seen it everywhere. The analogy of if a house is on fire, you don't go putting out the houses that aren't on fire. You deal with the fire that is the problem at the present time. You've seen those analogies. How can all lives matter if black lives don't? This isn't a movement to put black people above anyone else. It's not. It's a movement to level the playing field. To level it. People who talk about we don't have the same problems in the UK. And I feel like I'm guilty of this as well, because we don't see the violence like that in the UK in comparison to America. We don't see it like that. But it's a problem here. It's a real fucking problem here. It's almost scary in the fact that more time is hidden, like microaggressions, more time. When I was talking to the boys about this yesterday, I said to them, it's almost scary in the UK because they'll pretend like they're your friends. They'll pretend like they're trying to help you. And really, they'd just be holding you down. What's worse than an enemy? What's worse than an enemy is an enemy who poses as a friend. If someone's outright enemy, you know, hey, look, that dude's not an ally. That dude's not my friend. I need to keep them that far away. An enemy posing as a friend, you think they're a friend. You let them get close to you, and they stab you in the back. That's more what it feels like in the UK. Don't get me wrong. There's some outright incidents of racism where they're not even trying to hide it. But more time they try and hide it over here. They pretend, oh yeah, we're helping ethnic minorities. We're helping these people and those people. And really, they're giving with one hand and they're taking with a hand and a leg. They're taking with 3 hands over this way. They're suppressing you. I was not always. I'm a strong-willed person, innit? Like, if I make my mind up to do something, I'm going to do it. That's me. Yeah? When I feel like someone is being unjust to me, my first instinct isn't to cry injustice. My first instinct, personally, is to be like, do you know what? I'm going to work hard and I'm going to prove them wrong. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. I'm going to overcome. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. It's not a bad mentality to have. But why does it have to be that way in the first place? That's the point that we're trying to make with this movement. Why does it have to be that way in the first place? Why do I have to do extra to prove you wrong? To prove my worth, why do I have to do extra? Because I look a little darker than you? That's fucked. That's fucked. Tell me that's not fucked. Tell me. Someone tell me, honestly, say that's not fucked. Please, I beg you, tell me. And even when I am proving myself, when I am doing the things that you said I couldn't do, when I've surpassed all your expectations, you're still looking at me funny. I still go to these events and I feel like I shouldn't be there. Or you try and make me feel like I shouldn't be there. And I have to check myself and go, no, you worked hard. Forget them looking at you. You deserve this. You deserve more than this. Why does it have to be that way? That's the issue that we're trying to resolve. I'll be whipping about in my car. I'll be driving around. When I first got my car, I got my car in September 2016. If you see the looks that I got in my car from certain people, and people go, you can't assume they were looking at you because of your skin color. Why are they looking at me? People in disbelief, in shock. Because at 23 years of age, I bought a brand new car. A brand new 66 plate at 23 years of age. And people are looking at me like, in disbelief, with a sense of, he can't have got that in a legal way. And you will only understand this if you are ethnic and it has happened to you. The look that you get, you don't need words. People go, how can you make that assumption? You don't need words. You know. You feel it in here, It's not a thought up here. You feel it in here. People's eyes give away much more than they think they do. So when someone looks at you and you go, and you hear them, and you hear, if you're a white person and someone looks at you and you hear a black person go, if you're a white person and you hear a black person go, this person's looking at me for this reason, you might not understand it. You go, wait, how can you say that? They haven't said anything. How do you know that? Trust me, there is a look. People of ethnic origin or whatever, tell them if I'm lying or if I'm telling the truth. There is a look that you get that you know that people are looking at you for that reason. There is a look. I can't describe it, but you feel it in here. That's the kind of shit that we are working to eradicate. And when I say we, I'm not talking we as black people. I'm talking we as a human race. I'm talking anyone who is with this movement. That's the kind of look that we are working to eradicate. That's the kind of behavior that we're trying to cut it off at this generation. It's not happening past our generations. It's not. I'm not going to let it happen. And a part of me wants to be, that guy that goes, you lot, I'm sorry to be shoving this down your throat. But I'm not sorry to be shoving this down your throat. I'm really not. I'm not anymore. I'm not. I've seen it said before and I'll repeat it here. I've seen it said in other places and I will repeat it here. You're tired of hearing about our racist experiences? Imagine how tired we are of experiencing it. Imagine. And I'm one of the lucky ones. I'm one of the fucking I'm so blessed, you lot. I can't tell you how fucking blessed I am. I can't tell you, lot. I can't. I'm so blessed and I'm so fucking grateful. I'm so grateful. And if I tell you the amount of shit that I've been through, you wouldn't believe it. Imagine the unlucky ones. Imagine the ones that are dying at the hands of these... I ain't want to call them humans, because they're not human, man. They don't act human. They don't. They fucking don't. I'm so blessed and I can't count. If I had 10 sets of fingers and toes, you lot, I can't count with them the amount of things that I've experienced as a young black man. I cannot. And I'm one of the lucky ones. I'm one of the fucking lucky ones. I'm so sorry for breaking down. I really didn't want to break down. I really tried to compose myself. But I've lost my shit, man. This shit has really broken me, man. I've been sleepless for days. For days, I haven't slept properly. I was up till 5 a.m. this morning. Trying to figure out how I convey this to you lot. Trying to figure out how I can say this to you lot. And I wasn't even trying. I was trying to sleep. I wanted to sleep, and all that was in my head is, how can you get this to these people and let them understand you without your words being twisted? I'm one of the fucking lucky ones, you lot. I'm telling you. I'm so blessed to be in the position that I'm in. And God forgive me for not using it better. God forgive me for not using it better. We can't let this go past our generations, man. We can't. We really can't, man. Like I said before, and I'll keep saying it because it's the most important thing. More important than signing the petitions, because anyone can put a signature on a petition. More important than donating, because anyone can donate. Only you can educate yourself. And once you educate yourself, if you are a good human being, your actions will change. And once your actions change, that is one more person in the world that people will see as an example and a reason to change. Educate yourselves on the history of black people. Educate yourselves on the history of your people. Whatever race you are. Understand and see the mistakes that have happened in the past. Understand that we can't let those mistakes keep repeating themselves. Otherwise, we cannot progress as a human race. Understand that there is no space for racism in this world. There is none. There is none. And I will not tolerate it. And forgive me for tolerating it before. I will tolerate it no more. I will tolerate it no more, you lot. Be ready to stand when you see injustice anywhere. Anywhere. Not just for your own people. Not just for your own people. Don't go blindly doing things, like I said before, to tick off a checklist. Don't do that. Really understand what you're doing and the effect that your actions will have. Don't see, educating yourself isn't going and looking at the first link that you see and saying, okay, those are the facts. Because more time, information has been miscommunicated over the course of its existence, and then people are there spreading the wrong information. If you're going to educate yourself, really take the time to delve deep. And we got time. We've been in lockdown. We got time. Really take the time to delve deep into it and really understand the roots of this problem that we have in our society. Like, really, really do it. And I promise you, my hand on my heart, if you are a good human being, there is no way you will tolerate it ever again. George Floyd, I'm so sorry. Breonna Taylor, I'm so sorry. All my brothers and sisters that have died as a result of police brutality, for us to get to the stage where our frustration has built up so much that we can't be silent anymore. I'm so sorry that it took your lives for us to even get to this point. I'm so sorry. I don't want it to have to take any more lives for us to move past the problem. for us to get rid of this problem. I don't want it to take any more lives. Because fuck, it could be my life next. It could be. Yeah, I understand the problem's not as big over here in the UK, but the problem exists. If I want to go to another country, I've got to do my research and know which areas are racist, which areas to avoid. Do you know how fucked that is? Do you know how fucked that is? Manny went to Naples to watch a Liverpool game, and a random person came up to him in the street, to him and his friend, and they were like, yo, you guys, watch your backs around here. It's a fucking racist area. A random person warned my brother. When I went to Italy to watch the Juventus game, Juventus Man United, the looks. When I tell you there's this look, I'm not lying. The looks that you get. And I'll be in my head making excuses for these people. Maybe they never seen a black dude before. It's alright. Why am I making excuses for you? Fuck that, man. Dude walking past me doing monkey impressions. What the fuck? What the fuck, you lot? And I gotta shrug it off and turn a blind eye. I did a stream the other day. I told you about my experience when I went to Spain as a 15-year-old boy. People drove past me in a car shouting racist things at me. Went to a theme park, and racism is taught. It's not something that you're born with. You're not born racist. Went to a theme park. These kids, no older than 6 years of age, ran up to me, started hitting me in the leg, saying racist things. And I got to shrug it off. Little kids at 6 years of age have already been taught racism. You don't know what it's like to be black, man. Why are you complaining, Toby? You've done this, you've done that, you've done that. I'm not complaining for me. If it was just me, I'll probably firm it. Being the stupid person I am, I'll firm it and I'll get through life, and you can do that shit to me and I'll keep working and I'll be up here. I'll work till I get to the top, till I can't work anymore. But it's not about me. It's about my people and the people that can't speak for themselves. That's why I'm speaking. That's why I should have been speaking. I'm tired of this, you lot. I'm tired of this. It's not a case of my voice needs to be heard. Our voices need to be heard. Our actions need to be seen. That's where it is. I'm tired of having this conversation. I'm so tired. To the people that have reached out to me personally and said, Toby, I'm sorry that this has happened. I'm sorry that I haven't been better at dealing with this as a white person or a person of privilege. I appreciate the sentiment, but it's not about me. You don't need to be apologizing to me. I just need to see you moving towards the change, and I'm happy. I appreciate you lot so fucking much. And like I said, I'm one of the lucky ones. I'm one of the lucky ones. And that's why it hurts so much, because even being a lucky one, I know the shit that I've been through. So I can't begin to imagine the shit that those who aren't as fortunate are going through and have been going through. And I'm not going to let them continue to go through it. I'm not. If you took the time to tune into this stream and listen to what I had to say, I fucking appreciate you. I don't have the answers. But best believe I'll be looking for the answers myself. And I'll encourage you to look for the answers yourselves. We can look for the answers together. You taking the time to listen to my perspective is educating yourself in a sense. That's the first step. To see it from someone else's point of view. My dad's always said to me, empathy, yeah? Put yourself in someone else's shoes. Put yourself in someone else's position. If you wouldn't like that shit being done to you, why the fuck would you do that to someone else? Of course, my dad says it without the swear words, but that's the fact of the matter. That's the fact of the matter. And I try and empathize with everything I do, and sometimes I get it wrong. Sometimes I get it damn wrong. But best believe I pattern up when I realize I fucked up. I pattern up. If you got to empathize and put yourself in the shoes as a, if you as a white person need to empathize and put yourself in the shoes of a black person, do it. Understand where we're coming from. Understand. Like I've said 100 times this stream, if you're a good human being, there is no way that once you're clued up, you wouldn't change. There's no way. And if you don't feel like changing, then something's wrong with you. You're not a good human being. And that's, well, I can only pray for you, you know? I can only pray for you. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. If I've said anything wrong, feel free to tweet me and educate me so I can learn. Yeah? Because like I said, I'm not speaking to you lot from a position of, I don't know the word to use right now. I've rinsed all my words. I'm not speaking to you lot from up here. I'm speaking to you lot from down here. I'm humbly, I've brought myself to the lowest. I've been looking at myself and my actions and how I've affected this problem, or how I haven't affected this problem by not being active. I'm talking to you from down here, from at the bottom. Yeah? I'm not talking down to you and saying, oh, you lot are fucking up. This is what you should be doing. I'm talking to you from down here. This is what I should be doing. This is what we should be doing. So don't look at me and go, oh, Toby's chatting shit. I hope I'm not chatting shit. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. I hope it makes you want to change as a person. I fucking love you lot, man. I appreciate you so much. For real. For real. I appreciate you all so much. I say this all the time. People think I'm saying it to be a nice guy, and I don't want nice guy Toby anywhere. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I told you that I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. We shouldn't have to be bigging people up for doing things that they should be doing. When Balotelli said the postman doesn't celebrate when he delivers the mail, people laughed. But it's real. Man's doing his job. He's doing what he should be doing, and he gets on with it. Be the example. Be the change, man, and encourage people to change. That's what change is. Change is patterning up yourself and inspiring other people to do it. That's all I've got to say to you lot. That's all I've got to say. I sat here and waffled for, what, an hour and a half? I appreciate you so much. Thank you. To you lot who were doing up subs and that, I appreciate you as well. This stream wasn't for the purpose of subs. I tried to get rid of all my ads and donation links, but I don't know how to turn off subs, so that's my bad. But this stream wasn't about me. It's really not about me. I don't want you to go out saying, like I said, the good guy Toby stuff. I'm so tired of hearing that, man. This should be the norm. It should be the norm. Yeah. The only thing I want is for you to be inspired to go and educate yourself like I'm going to go and educate myself. I have so much to learn about my own people, man. I have so much to learn about my own people. I love you lot with all my heart. When I say it, loads of people say influencers just say this to look good to their fans. Fuck that, man. If you can't see that I've spoken to you lot from my heart today, then there's no, I don't know, there's no way. There's no way that you would ever see it. There's no way that you would ever get it. Finally, I'm going to urge you lot once more. Don't take everything I've said for gospel. This is a lot of it is my perspective. The one thing that's not my perspective and that is fact is that Black lives matter. Yeah? All our lives matter, but for all our lives to matter, Black lives have to matter. That's not an opinion. That's not a point. That's a fact. And I'm not going to let you pretend it's an opinion. I'm not going to let you do that. Most of the other things I said is how I feel. I don't want you to just adopt how I feel. I want you to look at what I've said, weigh it up in your own mind, and make your own decision. But I'm so confident that if you are a good human being, I know what your decision will be. Yeah? That's all I got to say to you lot. I fucking appreciate you so much. Let the chat go mad with love hearts right now. Let the chat go mad with love hearts right now. And finally, people using it as a reason to attack the police, I'm not on that either. I'm not on that either. I know that in large proportions, they are fucked up. They are fucked up. But you have to remember, there are people that go into that job solely with the intention of protecting us. Yeah? I will not hear that all cops are bad shit. I will not hear that. A lot of them are fucking fucked up. A lot of them are so messed up. A lot. I don't think it's a bad apple thing. It's not a minority in there. There's a lot of them. But there are still some that are trying to protect us. So until you see, and I feel like this is my opinion again, until you see that form, you know what, let me not even speak on it. Let me not even speak on it. Just remember that there are some good ones that are trying to protect us. It's not all propaganda. There are some good ones. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to get deep into it. I fucking love you lot with all my heart, man. Thank you. Thank you for listening to me. I can go and sleep now. That's been on my mind all night. I can go and sleep now. I fucking love you lot. Thank you.